In our advent to give our viewers the best that is currently taking place in the pharma sector, we bring to them the most trusted voices and breakthrough insights shaping the industry today. Innovations are gaining ground these days, more so when we talk of technology upgrade, especially in case of pharma landscape. I have with me the CEO of Eschbach, Andreas Eschbach, who's going to take us through this evolution, the manufacturing category, and of course the 6 pillars of what it means for manufacturing in the future. So Andreas, tell us something more about the Shift Connector Intelligent Operations platform that you have.
Sushan, thanks for having me to this today, and it's quite exciting to share what we are in at the moment because we have a defining moment for our company. We have been known formerly as Shift Connector, and the product has now the name Seconis because there is a lot behind. You talked already about the pillars. So we have evolved over the last 20 years and especially in the last years to an intelligent operations platform. And thinking about those, what's possible with such a not a point solution, having multi capabilities in one application that make a change on the pharmaceutical manufacturing shop floor. And that's exactly what Seconis does for our customers and all the users around the globe. When you consider where we are in at the moment, it's also the AI era, which obviously has taken a further pace for everyone. But we started it in 2018 with our AI agent. So Seconis Artificial Manufacturing Intelligence is how we call it. And the short name is SAMI. So with SAMI, we have already done some years ago with renowned universities, groundbreaking research that is specific to the pharmaceutical industry and especially also there to manufacturing. So we're able today to bring really value with AI to the people. And I think that's one of the things we are in at the moment. And that's also why we're so excited about Seconis, the new brand name, as well as also the new compilation of the intelligent operations platform I would like to share with you today.
Great. What drove Eschbach to transition from a specialized shift handover tool to a more comprehensive intelligent operations platform?
So I think it's really going from when we started 20 years ago, the key was a site director asked me at those days, how can we break down the silos in that certain place? And that's how we started the whole game. And when you think about those 20 years, it evolved then with further capabilities. And I think that's exactly what a comprehensive intelligent operations platform requires from our perspective is, or what the customers also tell us, you need to have operational excellence, including digital daily management systems. You need to have a performance component that you really know what the assets are doing on the shop floor, and you need to have to fulfill also continuous improvement. You need to have a problem solve component, and that's what we are doing. And might I can share a slide in a minute. So I think to have a good starting point at this. It is quite one of that capabilities shown here on the slide could already be a very good start. And many customers who want to find out if how good of a fit we are, they start with one capability. But the key is that they can move forward with many capabilities and then are very beyond what they can receive from other players in the market and have a comprehensive platform to enhance, for example, their existing MES systems or to enhance their QMS systems and do more for collaboration, do more for improvement, being agile, and finally having higher productivity.
So tell us more about this new manufacturing category and what led you to adopt this approach rather than going for any other alternative market.
So what excites us about the pharmaceutical industry in general and what's also the purpose of the company is really to help in this complex industry to become more efficient. And I think that's something why we are so dedicated to this specific industry and the pharmaceutical industry, because we saw there is a need to get things together and break down silos between applications, and that's exactly what Seconis here does.
So just wanted to check out one more thing, because pharmaceutical being such a regulatory intensive spectrum, what do you think is going to be the impact of regulation as far as this particular part is concerned?
So of course, regulation and also the upcoming guidance from the FDA or from the authorities and certain organizations are quite relevant for us. So we're monitoring that closely. But whenever we are looking into what we have here on that platform, it is first of all the customer's decision if they have or want and must validate certain pieces of it. First of all, that's possible with this with the Seconis platform and the underlying foundation. So you can validate portions, but to a certain degree, it depends on the quality organization of the customer, which portions they want to validate and which not. There is a lot of performance-driven decisions made here within Seconis. So very often they come to the conclusion a validation for those portions is not required. So that's first of all. In addition, I must say, we see, of course, a lot of adaptation already towards where AI has proven that it brings a lot of value. So I see also the need down the road that more and more AI functionality will be approved and accepted in this industry.
Okay. And is there a particular geography that you are looking at? Because considering that pharmaceuticals obviously is present across the spectrum, and with the kind of technology that you hold, is there a specific geography that you have in mind?
So geography-wise, we're headquartered in Europe, and we're all the 20 years did projects around the globe. So what we are always doing with customers is also becoming their manufacturing platform backbone globally. So we're supporting customers across the globe, and also especially in India and APAC. There are many customers already using Seconis on a daily basis. So yes,
the market is really, yeah, so the market looks really exciting, right, Andreas?
Super exciting, yeah, definitely. And also we see that growth potential of the market and in APAC in general, in India in general. So there is a lot of growth upcoming, and where we are also already benefiting from.
Great. So you help implement intelligent operations platform solutions that connect and empower people to take charge of plant operations, asset performance, as well as product quality. Could you elaborate on how this works in real time?
So when you think about the asset performance or product quality, it is that we are that we're helping the customers to integrate it, and it works in practice. When you think about a project itself or a program that is rolled out around the globe, that we are usually building a team of customers, digital people, as well as business people, together with our consultants and engineers, and that's how we get it going. Usually, we start first with a proof of concept, and then a pilot, and later on having a global rollout. And it depends a bit on how the customer wants to be independent of us or not, because very important, they can be fully independent. They can configure everything themselves. It's a no-code platform. So they can do almost everything themselves. It depends a bit on the speed they want to gain in the rollout, if they have more or less resources on our side. And we have resources in all geographies already.
This actually excites me the most, the one that I'm talking about here. If you can give us an overview of the 6 foundational pillars that Eschbach uses to guide intelligent operations platform and smart visual factories.
So we are starting on the upper left side with a visual management / visual factory portion, which is all about getting the right information to the right people at the right time. So what we establish is workflows that the reports have a representation of the one trusted truth. And that's key to have everyone on the same on the same page before you start the meeting at all. We want to get the people away from using meetings to gather the information. We want people to come together, to huddle, and have their the visual management to make decisions out of it. And that brings us to the next pillar about collaboration. So we we closely integrate visual management and collaboration to a daily management system. So they can steer the actions in an orchestrated way across the different departments, but also across the different tiers. When you see the visual management, how we establish it with most of our customers, it goes somewhere from level 1, means shop floor, the organizational levels, up to the manufacturing network management on, let's say, level 5 or level 7, depends on how they structure it. So that's all covered in those both pillars. Then we have the standard work, which is not only the operator standard work, it's also leader standard work, where we support operational excellence and make sure that things are very accurate, as well as also the operational discipline is covered. This feeds then into the fourth pillar, where the control tower is monitoring those things, and you can use it for workforce and task management as well. And finally, the next component is more about the asset itself. So we have a strong component where we harvest OT data, either from process historians, MES systems, you name it. We harvest those OT data from the machines and visualize it and search for gaps. So where are gaps in your batch cycle times, or where is potential to improve and reduce batch cycle times, where is potential to improve the output of your filling line. That is exactly what this pillar is doing. So a lot of OT connection involved. And when you then contextualize those data, you can feed it into the continuous improvement module, which is all about problem solving. And that's exactly then the key, to keep continuously improving the output, the quality of your plant.
If I may just ask, in how many years, or probably what was the time frame, during which this particular thing was built? Because there is a lot of comprehensive effort that has gone into it, and I'm sure that the minds that have worked upon it have really given it big time.
So definitely it's evolved over the last 20 years. And I think the key of it is also the maturity level that we have achieved is quite high. And I think that's kind of key for our customers. So having in all of those capabilities a high maturity. So not saying it took 20 years to build it. Of course, we're having redesigned each and every module multiple times over those 20 years. And I think that shows exactly the power of the application, as well as also the stability of it.
Andreas, if I talk about the vision for the company, and in particular what you're doing now, where do you see yourself, say, from 5 years from where we are?
So when you think about that, what we have compiled here is now also in a shape that it really can redefine how people work on the shop floor. And I find this category of intelligent operations platform is something that is just seen by several customers, that there is something missing, which defines a new software category. And I think that's also the key thinking for the industry, and for the industry at large, how it will be in the next 5 years. I would assume that that many of the pharmaceutical companies will exactly establish such a system. And since we are here kind of also in a very good position as a front runner, I would assume that we have a big chance to going ahead in the market and in the different geographies with exactly that offering that is, as I mentioned at the beginning, it's unique in the industry, getting those capabilities on that platform.
I'm sure that the first mover's advantage is always going to be there with you.
Thanks a lot. Yeah.
And you help pharmaceutical companies attain high production speeds without compromising on the quality part. Could you share some real-time examples or success stories you have?
So there are several companies where we have success stories out there. And let me take, first of all, Merck, or MSD. So the Merck in the US and called MSD in India. So they are using the visual factory, how they call it, how they call our visual management portion globally. So that's one of the success stories where they even rolled out the application in lightning speed across their entire manufacturing network. When you look into the AI space, we have several success stories out there with Bayer, and how they improved their knowledge management and troubleshooting on the shop floor by different personas working on the shop floor. I think that's the second one who also touches then the potential of AI and what our SEMI is capable to do today. But as we all know, the agents learn every day.
Sure. I mean, with the kind of technology that you hold, and I'm sure there are so many people involved in it. There is a lot of manpower which is also involved in what you are doing right now. What is that one difference when you talk about manpower which is into this? I mean, how big is it for you?
Quite huge, and I think it's not only the manpower; it's also more about all the research that went in, and to give a bit an idea, to go beyond just heads. So we are working together with two different universities to gain advantages in our AI space. So going very beyond what's done today, and also combining the different researchers from academia as well with our scientists. And I think that's kind of the capability, and that's what you need to consider. I think it's less about the effort on man hours or person hours. It's more about that talent that has spent time to get where we are. It's incredible.
So, Andres, like that, you've already told me about so many things about the technology that we are offering, the kind of prospects that there. You've already talked about the vision which you come up with. We've spoken about the regulation part. We've spoken about how big it is going to be in the industry today. Having said that, is there a particular thing that you would, want to add in this probably over a period of time?
So there will be a lot of different agents that we add in future from a roadmap perspective. I think that's an important topic. And then also very clearly, we are also having super high attention on India and APAC, and going further there, and going ahead in that geography beyond the many users we have today.
Is there a specific timeline that you have in mind as far as this particular region is concerned? You're talking about APAC and India,
So since we're already having a lot of customers there, it's not a timeline. It's we are already have increased the attention to the market and did a lot of conferences already, but we're going for more and being more present also in the market there.
As you've talked about the conferences just now, there is a lot of stress which is going on these days on exhibitions and conferences. You have anything in mind as far as this part is concerned for promotions?
So what I would like to mention explicitly is the ISPE conference in Singapore, where we will attend end of August, and that's a great opportunity to meet for those folks in the region who are interested, and especially the pharma folks who are usually going to ISPE conferences. We would love to invite to our booth, but also we have a talk on stage there.
One last thing, Andreas, I mean, in these exhibitions and conferences, obviously there's a lot of footfall that takes place, and you get a lot of eyeballs connecting. You specifically, you yourself attend these exhibitions, or is there a team that you've formed who goes on your behalf?
So there is quite a team that is going, but at the Singapore conference, I probably will show up myself as well. Depends a bit on that speaking slot, etc. But of course, we will have there a customer speaking on stage. Can't disclose it now, but will be soon announced. So there is definitely a lot of interesting content that we will have on stage.
Being from, you told me about India. You already have contacts, connects over here in India. You're already working here. But India obviously happens to be a big, huge market. It's a massive market. It's a growing economy. Considering all that fact, that obviously is very practical. I'm sure that the reasons that you have put in as far as your product is concerned, it's going to be, it's going to take you an inch further when we talk about this particular geography.
So and in India, we are also supported by partners there who can who help us to implement, and that's already in place with partners we work globally. So different consultancy firms.
Okay, right. So, yeah, so thank you so much, Andreas Eschbach. It's been a pleasure talking to you. I'm sure that the kind of offering that you have in mind, there is so much that has already gone into it, and with over a period of time, with things falling in place, I'm sure there's so much to learn as well. And with the kind of opening, with the kind of enthusiasm that this particular project has been launched with, I'm sure there are very green days ahead.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me today. Looking very much forward to share further updates, and stay tuned.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.